Eileen Saxon was dying. There was no time left. Overnight, the team would move from the laboratory to the operating room. Just under 9 pounds, Eileen's fragile condition was of great concern. When the anesthesiologist saw her, he quit, convinced that she could not possibly survive.
Everybody was predicting was going to be a disaster. It satisfied me that we were going to make a desperate effort to save this child's life.
On the morning of November 29, 1944, Eileen Saxon was wheeled into the operating room. All those present knew this was not just another day on the job. They were now characters in a larger drama. At 8 a.m., Dr. Blaylock was prepared for surgery. In the gallery, a small group of observers waited anxiously. Someone was missing. "Where is Vivian?" he bellowed. "Go get him."
I know that he felt rather insecure by not having Vivian there, because Vivian had probably more experience with doing these procedures than Dr. Blaylock had.
At Blaylock's insistence, Vivian Thomas stood on a step stool just behind him. Thomas had done the operation hundreds of times on laboratory animals. At Hopkins, Blaylock had performed the entire procedure just once.
He was going where no one had gone before. And he was going in an area where there were great consequences to failure. The consequence was you had a dead baby.
Eileen was so very small. It was difficult to tell there was anything beneath the sterile drapes.
Surgery, by today's terms, certainly was Neanderthal. You had no way to get an instant report on what was happening inside the body. Among the most sophisticated equipment would have been the clock.
Pads, please.
Blaylock didn't have unlimited opportunity inside the body. He had to keep a clear eye on the clock and what was going on. I mean, this was really flying blind.
"90 minutes had elapsed. Blaylock began to sew up Eileen's tiny arteries, no thicker than a matchstick. Vivian Thomas's voice could be heard, quietly guiding him through the procedure. The two men stood elbow to elbow with a single focus on the operating table. Two men who could not share the same lunch table in the Hopkins cafeteria.
Until the bulldog clamps were removed, I had no idea if those sutures would hold. But when they came off, there was practically no bleeding. You have never seen anything so dramatic. It was almost a miracle.
Dr. Blaylock had to stop and take a look over the screen, but to see how quickly and how beautifully this red color had come to this child's lips.
Dr. Taussig was up at the head of the table there, and she said, "Al, the baby's lips are a glorious pink color."
I can't even talk about that day without emotion. Everybody was around and everybody was crying.